alright, I'll try this again. I just recorded the majority of the video, and then my phone ran out of space, so I had to delete a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna try again. Alright. Start back at the beginning. I'm in my new house, as you can excuse me, maybe tell. I'm in my living room right now, facing one of our windows on the floor in front of my couch. Bathroom's right there. Living room, dining room, kitchen's through there. Our bedroom is through the dining room right there, and then the spare bedroom is through the kitchen on that side. So it's really small compared to, 3-bedroom house to a 2-bedroom duplex with 0 storage and no backyard is kind of annoying. We're also probably not in the greatest neighborhood. Jonah's pedal bike already got stolen. Yeah, probably not in the greatest neighborhood, but is what it is. It'll work for a year. Whatever. Dogs are in kennels because I realized that they can't be out when I'm trying to do a video because they like to fight. So, and Callie likes to be all over me. She hasn't been listening very well lately, and it's driving me nuts. So, I went to Stitchville last weekend. Jonah and I went down to the cities to bring down a bunch of stuff that we can't fit at this new house, down to his parents' house. Jonah went and helped them at their house that they are renovating and selling. And I went to Stitchville to buy a bunch of floss, and I bought 4 patterns. Because I already went through that part of the video. But, anyway. So, on Saturday, that's what I did. I went there, and then we went to a shooting range. I'm going to be getting my conceal and carry soon, and Jonah wanted to try out a couple guns, and I wanted to try a couple because I wanted to know what I was going to get for my conceal and carry. If this bothers some of you, move on farther in the video, or, whatever. I like my guns. I'm going to get my conceal and carry. Not ashamed. Anyway, so we went out shooting on Saturday with his brother. Went to an indoor shooting range. Did that for a while. Actually ended up picking a gun that I like, and Jonah bought it for me. And it actually is super awesome. It's a Glock 43, and it actually has a wrap on it that's the American flag. Which is freaking awesome. I love my gun. Love my gun. So, now I just get my conceal and carry so I can actually use it, carry it. But, it's besides the point. Anyway, so, yeah, I went to Stitchville. I just bought a bunch of threads. It's all I really needed to buy anyway. I wanted to try and kit up some of mine. So, as you can see, my bin is right here. I have my trunk that I usually have everything in, but it's kind of buried in the spare room right now. So, I pulled some stuff out. This has got a lot of my magazines and patterns, and then this is a bag of fabric. And I wanted to go through and kind of, pick projects for said fabric so that if I get to a spot where I'm like, hey, I want to start something new, the fabric has already been picked for the project, and I just have to pull the floss from my DMC, or see what I have in Fancy Floss, or what I haven't bought. So some of the stuff I did buy. So I have 1 finish, 3 new starts, and a bunch of stuff I bought. So I'm going to show you my finish first. Finish this on Sunday, whatever that day was. Oh, I don't remember what I have and haven't told you. Today is June 7th. So whatever this past Sunday was, that's Saturday I went to Stitchville. Sunday I finished this. This is Welcome to Our Hive by For My Boys, using only 1 called for thread. And I don't even know, definitely didn't use called for fabric. So, this is my finish. So, and this, of course, the sun's starting to go wonky on me. Ooh. Let Go wants me to attract some people. So, it's my finish. The only reason I bought Brandy was because I wanted the variegation that's in the picture. I wanted that variegation. I didn't get the variegation. It looks like a blob of yellow. But whatever. So, yeah, that yellow, the brandy, is the only called for color. The green leaves and stems and grass in the frame is Weeks Dye Works Loden. The purple flowers are Weeks Dye Works Plum. The red is DMC 221. The entrance to the skep is Weeks Dye Works Coal. The layers, the brown part for the layers is DMC 838, and the words are Weeks Dye Works, no, Gassed Brown Bear, which actually is, the words are my favorite part, because I love the coloring. I don't even know if you guys can tell. Probably not. I just love the way it's colored, because, like, the E and the C are really, really dark. There you go, you can kind of tell. The E and the C are super dark. I don't know, I just love the variegation in it. It looks awesome. So, that is my finish. So, now the floss has to go back in its thing. Pattern's going to go up on Stash Unload. At some point, I get around to it. So I have 3 new starts. One of them is I'm kind of stalled on because I am out of floss. And then the other 2, one I'm working on tonight, and the other one I just started the other day. So, get my floss out. This is Needle Designs, Get Your Tail to the Beach, using not the called for threads and not the called for fabric. I'm using 28 count Jobelan in beige. Oh, I love this. I still love this. The words are Gassed Wood Smoke. And I just have to do Get Your, and then I'm done. So I ran out of wood smoke. You only need 1 skein of floss, but I had used this before in Woodland Wonders, my animals, on the hedgehogs, and I don't have enough to do the 2 words. Excuse me. So I gotta get that. And then I used Water Lilies Mediterranean. And that's what the rest of the skein looks like. Wow, it looks really dark on there. It's not that dark. This is actually really accurate. The blue is at least. I love the words. The words are awesome, and the tail looks awesome too. I don't really like that this is a giant patch of light blue and this is a giant patch of dark blue, but I think it looks cool still. But I love the words. So, and I didn't start this until Sunday after Stitchville, and I didn't know what I was doing really yet, I don't think, for color-wise, and so I didn't know that I was going to run out of floss, so I didn't buy any floss. So, I'll have to put an order in one of these days. This is the next one that I started on Monday night when Jonah was at golf. Willow Hill Samplings, Boston Tea Party. I started, where this guy's head is, I started at the net, the roping, and went up. And I couldn't figure this out in the last video, and I can't remember it for the life of me right now. The piece that holds, the wood that holds the mast, not the mast itself, but there's a word for it. I can't think of it right now. And so I started this general vicinity doing just 2 colors, so it's kind of boring right now, but and this is on 32 count limestone. I'll show you the colors first, because I have them all set up from the last time I started this video. Let green out. Oh, so pretty. I love this red. This red actually isn't showing up right. It's a lot darker than that. I'll turn it around. That's where it is. So this is where that little guy's head's gonna go. The crow's nest is up here. The other side of the mast piece thingy, I can't think of the word of it, will go that way, and then it goes down. So, that's it. But, show you the colors quick, too. This is Gassed Cherry Bark. That's a little bit better. It's still a little bit darker than that. Roasted Marshmallow. Picnic Basket. Onyx, whatever, however you're supposed to say it. It's a little bit more gray than that. It looks showing it pretty dark, but it's actually more gray than that, or lighter gray than that. Lamb's wool, it's pretty accurate. Aged pewter, which is a little bit more blue than what's showing. Tarnished gold. That's fairly accurate. This is bayberry, which is a little bit greener than that. It's not showing up bright enough. Espresso bean, this is the ropes that I was working on. It's actually a really dark brown, it's not black. Deep forest, which is actually more of a green that you can't see. Wood trail, this is the wood part of the mast that I'm working on. And soot, which is pretty accurate. So, that was my start on Monday when Joan was at golf. And I like it. It's just a huge piece of fabric right now, and I really didn't want to work on it last night, so I started a new one. I'll go through the floss on this one because I bought all the floss for this too. Most of the floss. So I have a little list in this one that's the called for and then what I'm using. So that I can tell you guys. Back in here. This is Spring Bunny by Waxing Moon Designs. That's what it's supposed to look like. And this is my start. So I'm kind of mad that my bow isn't as dark as that. It's a really, really light green, greeny blue, but whatever. And then I started the bunny, but I hate the white stitches, so I'm stopping on the bunny, and I'm going to work on the other pieces and come back to it. So this is 16 count Nantucket Sky by Hand Dyed by Stephanie. And that's fairly accurate. It's a little bit more blue than that. But I'll show you the colors. This is Gentle Arts Spring Grass. That's for the top of the carrot, which actually that's pretty accurate. Pumpkin Patch. This is the main part of the carrot, and then I'm changing out gassed burnt orange for pumpkin spice. Dinky Dye's pumpkin spice for the... Nope, phone's dying. For the dark parts of the carrot. I think it'll blend a little better. Tropical Ocean is the bow. Again, mine's not as dark as I thought it was going to be. Stay in there, needle. Whitewash. So whitey yellow. That's the bunny. And so spring. The words spring and the border are 6-strand, called for in 6-strand sweets, which I don't believe are around anymore. And so I'm changing the spring, which is supposed to be candied apples, to Most Sale Carol Ann, because it's the pink and yellow like that one was. And then I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for the other one. So I'm going to crank through this, I think, because my phone is dying. I'm going to have to crank through it. Go quick, guys. Go quick. Alright. Now I'm going to go into the other flosses that I bought and the 4 patterns that I bought at Stitchville. 3 were on clearance, 1 was not. And then everything else I bought... Oh, I lied. And then I bought 1 thing on Stash and Load. I'll do that one first. Okay. Stash and Load, and then some of the flosses were from Stitchville, and then that's it. And then the fabric I had in my stash. So in Bewitched Stitches on Facebook, they're doing a Salem sale for June, and I bought this for it. This is Plum Street Samplers Salem Sisters 2. Hold it up there a second, pause it, and you guys can read it if you want, because I don't have enough time to read it. Or I don't have enough battery to read it. And I'm using Picture This Plus 16 count Ada in Ale. It's darker than that. And then I'm using some of the called for colors. So these are the 2 called for colors. They're both Classic Colorworks. This is Just Rust, and this is Wisconsin Woods, which I will tell you, Wisconsin Woods are not purple. They're brown. And a little bit green sometimes. And then I'm using Dinky Dye's Coal Bar instead of Yield Gold. This came out, this is going to go into my Jonah's Whale as well. I bought all the flosses for that. I rebought all the flosses for that. And then I chose Week Star Works Coal instead of coffee? Black coffee. Classic Color Works Black Coffee. I picked charcoal instead because I am using it for something else. So that's that one. I'm just going to leave that out because I don't have time to put it away. Alright, patterns, and then the rest of the floss. This is one of the ones I got on clearance. This is Twisted Threads Itty Bitty Easter. That is all in DMC, and it is 32 count over 1. Probably won't happen, but it's cute. Next up, Art to Heart Merry Christmas. I didn't buy any of the floss or threads or fabric for any of the patterns that I bought, except for the Salem Sisters. Merry Christmas. This is all Week Star Works and Gassed, and then 2 buttons, the Hollyberry and the bird. That one's cute. I don't have a lot of spring things, so a couple of these are spring and summer stuff I didn't really have. This is Bent Creek Signs of Summer. I love the crab holding the shovel. He's my favorite part. And so I've been looking for a monthly series to do. Like Pam and Steph are doing a monthly series. I know there's a lot of people that have done like the Snowflyer Diaries. I wanted to do one that I really liked. And when I was at Stitchville, I was walking past one of the walls, or walking towards one of the walls of thread, and I found these from Pine Mountain Designs. I only bought the July one, because that's the one I'm going to start this month. And I really liked them, so this is what I'm going to do. So they're called Snapshots. This is the July Snapshot from Pine Mountain Designs. When they're all done, they're all 4x6. So that'd be something that I could easily find frames for. They're all in DMC, and it's a simple fabric that I could find in my stash. So these are the ones I'm going to do. I'm going to start this one. I'm going to try and start and finish this one in this month, and then by the end of the month I'll buy August and start that one in July. So that's that. We're moving along. This is a lot shorter than the other one. I talked a lot in the last one. Alright, so like I said, I kind of started kitting up some of them, picking fabric and then picking what flosses I needed to get, which ones I could pull from my stash, which ones I needed to buy, yada yada. This is Little House Needleworks Hometown Holidays Tree Lot. I'm using none of the called for, probably. This is the fabric that I chose. It's a gray opalescent. You guys see this sparkle? There you go. There's a sparkle. So it's an opalescent. It's for the house and the sign and the tree trunks, I'm using Gentle Arts Toffee. For the truck, I'm using Schoolhouse Red because I didn't think that the barn door was red enough for a truck. And for the trees, I'm using Classic Color Works Grasshopper. Because to me, English Ivy was a little too dark, so it's going to be a lot brighter. Not putting those away either. We're just going to leave these in stacks. Since the dogs aren't out, I can do that. This is a piece of fabric that I got from Stash Unload, I believe, or something along those lines. It's 16 count Monster Mash. So I'm going to cut this in half and use it for 2 different pieces. One of the pieces that I chose is from October 2015, just cross stitch. This is Pina Gulata. It'll be a little, what is it? It's pretty short. It's pretty small. It'll fit on a half. So it called for 3 overdyed threads, and I picked 2, and then I'm going to use this one instead. So it called for Week Star Works Absinthe. I'm going to use Spring Grass instead. Still, it's really very similar. Called for Week Star Works Dahlia, which I am using, and Week Star Works Lichen, which I am using as well. And then it called, this is the little button from Just Another Button Company. So that'll be cute. That, this goes with this. this goes back in here. So, got all the stuff for that one. I got all of, like I said, I bought all of the threads again for my Jonah's Whale, so I'll start that up again at some point. And I picked a piece of, here, I'll pull it out. I don't know what it's called. It's a 16 count Ada in crystal pewter. So, there you go, there's the opalescence. So, and then I got all the colors again. The only one that's not in there is Kobar, because Kobar is in my Salem Sisters, because I'm going to start that one before I start this one. And then I went and bought, I'm just going to keep them in, no, I'm taking them out because you can just not see anything. This is my Prairie Moon Martini Witches. I decided that I did need, for the hair for both witches, I needed to pick the color. I need to go get the specialty floss for them. So, I picked Week Starworks Charcoal for one, and Classic Colorworks Smoke for the other, because they were very similar to what was called for. They were Belsois silks, and the two Belsois that I picked were very similar to this. So, or the two Belsois that were called for were very similar. So, the Smoke is a little bit lighter, or a little bit brighter than the other one, but I don't mind giving her bright purple hair. And then the only other one that I kitted up was my George Washington, which I wasn't originally going to do in the Called for colors, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 12 colors in this. Every blue is different, every yellow is different, every red is different, every white is different, every green is different. So there's at least 2 of each color. And I picked the other piece, a piece of the same fabric that Martini Witches is on, which is 32 count vintage sand. So it called for baked apple for one of the reds. Called for cappuccino. Hold on, I gotta pull up my paper that tells me what I picked. I have here's my shopping list and what colors I changed on it. So instead of gassed gold leaf, I'm pulling Week Starworks Marigold, which I had in my stash. They're very similar. There's gassed picket fence and gas shaker white, which I'm just going to pick a white. Week Starworks Butterbean was called for. It's the light green. Week Starworks Peacoat, which is a dark blue. I believe that's the coat. Week Starworks Onks, which is in my Week Starworks Onks, which I don't have, but I can just pick a black for that. Week Starworks Twilight, which is a light blue, or a dark blue. Dried Thyme, which I did pick. Hold on a second. It's an idiot outside with his freaking speakers super loud. Dried Thyme, which is a kind of gross green, but, and instead of gassed Grecian Gold, I picked gassed Autumn Leaves. It's very similar. So those are the colors that I picked for it, and then there will just be a white in there and another black. So that is that. So that's all I got, guys. Like I said, I have to make this video quick because my battery is almost dead. I'm going to stitch probably on my bunny tonight, and that's about it. That's my plans for the night. Jonah and I were out late last night at one of his friend's house, so I've decided that tonight is my night to do whatever I want. And what I want to do is stitch. Crinkle, crinkle. Shove it in a bag. So, that's the plan tonight, is to stitch all night long. I did some dishes. What I was going to do for dinner, Jonah took to lunch, so I have no idea what I'm doing for dinner yet. Figure that out. I don't know what we got. Probably make pasta or something. It's like our default. If we don't cook our default is just pasta. Which is not a bad thing, because I love pasta. I could eat pasta forever, but... that's the plan. Whatever idiot is outside with his really loud speakers is driving me nuts. Nope, that's not an idiot with speakers outside. That's my basement. Our downstairs neighbors. They yell at us for our dogs barking. I don't know if you noticed, but my dogs haven't barked this entire time. They don't bark unless there's somebody knocking at the door. Or something loud outside. But our dogs are so loud. Sorry. I'm just gonna keep that to myself. So, I'm gonna get off of this. I'm gonna go plug my phone in so it doesn't die, and I'm gonna let the dogs out, and then I'm gonna stitch. So, I will see you guys next time. Hopefully I will have a finish, or I will have started another project, because I'm having fun starting things right now. So, I'm going to keep doing that until I get sick of starting, and then I'll work on my whips. So, until next time, happy stitching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!